A few months ago, I obtained a review code for Warriors Abyss, the latest Warrior spin-off from Koei Tecmo Europe. This game is an isometric roguelike featuring the casts of Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires and Samurai Warriors Spirit of Sanada. You do runs through the multi-stage randomly generated dungeons with one of the few hundred characters on offer, obtaining more as you go, with a constant stream of updates adding more characters from both series and even collaboration characters. You can get early access to them if you buy the costume DLC, as you're never locked out of using a character you spent real money on. Seeing modern renders for these old costumes was very cool. And of course, when you die, you go back to the beginning as is standard for the genre, but your character levels persist. I managed to clear the first section with Maeda Toshie once I obtained his special weapon by chance. I was killed not far into the second section and then saw that there are no checkpoints even upon reaching the next area, meaning it all has to be done in one solid run, and I had essentially achieved nothing. This is where I realised that this game simply is not for me and decided it was time to think about how to approach a review. But here's the issue. Any criticism I had for it, from the difficulty to the lack of progress to the hundreds of characters leveling separately, all the things that make me feel like I'm wasting my time here, like I'm no closer to the end than I was when I first booted the game, I don't know whether these are signs that the team did a bad job making a game in this genre, or if that simply is the genre. Is this what all of these are like and that's what appeals to fans of the genre? I played the much more forgiving Freelancer mode in Hitman, and I played one other roguelike for a bit a decade ago, so my experience with the genre is very limited. And so, I've been unable to make any kind of substantive critique of the game, because every criticism I have might be something fans of the genre like. I could check out more of the genre to find out, but it's a genre I do not enjoy, and I'd be miserable playing more if they're all like this. And this is kind of a curse for content creators. By accepting the review code, I have an obligation to cover the game in some way. Free game for coverage, that's the deal. For the average fan, they could give it a go, conclude it's not for them and move on. But I can't. I have to use the game for a video somehow. And in the end, all I can really do is talk about the fact that I can't fairly review the game, akin to a fighting game review from someone who fundamentally doesn't gel with fighting games, and how that's one of the pitfalls to be aware of in content creation. Koei Tecmo Europe makes it very simple to acquire a review code, and I've had several from them, with some being very good games that I've thoroughly enjoyed. And so I kind of just went into this without thinking about it because it's got the Warriors branding, and some of the more recent mainline Warriors games haven't done it for me. So I'm always eager for something that might. Had I really stopped to think, I would have realised the position I'd be in if I didn't enjoy it, and then bought the game myself, tried it and moved on. So if you're a content creator or aspiring to be one, the allure of a free game in a series you enjoy is always tempting, especially if you can then make money from that free game by reviewing or streaming it. But you need to be mindful of the possibility that you might struggle with that if you don't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy Dynasty Warriors Origins this year either, and while I do worry that my negative coverage might make me as likely to get future review codes as getting one from Warner Bros, I at least understood the genre and could easily articulate why I didn't enjoy that particular game. But with this one, I have to get meta and make a video about how I can't make a video about the game. It's a strange experience. Now, I want to make it clear that Warriors Abyss is an interesting experiment, and I definitely encourage Omega Force to try more genres for future spin-offs. We've had a TRPG in DW Godseekers several years ago, and I liked that one aside from the ending. Now imagine a Warriors horse racing game, an RTS, or a fighting game like the very first Dynasty Warriors. The characters in these games have become somewhat iconic in their own rights, so putting them in completely new gameplay styles is a worthwhile endeavour, and Omega Force should not feel discouraged from doing more just because of one man who doesn't gel with this one. Instead, they should be encouraged by that one man saying they should definitely do another fighting game because, well, 1. DOA's nowhere on the horizon and there's a clear gap in KT's portfolio, and 2. This genre is in a rough state right now, and it would be very funny for a team that hasn't made a fighting game since 1997 to rock up 3 decades later and blow half the mainstays out of the water. If you liked this video, why not subscribe and support me on Patreon like these fine people here? If not, then make sure to share it with your enemies so they can suffer along with you. Today's recommended video is Warriors Abyss is So Much Fun, First Impressions by Chris Gildart. He was able to figure out how to talk about the game and he was into it.